internet issue.
Broadcast is live.
It's live now. Yeah. So hi, happy Hoarder here, and we've gone live now with Erica, who's going to be helping me out by being my moderator and reading my comments. So I hope to see y'all join me. And I know it's kind of a weird day, but it is Thursday and it is the day I go live. So today I am going to start by telling you I did go shopping. Yeah, I did a little thrifting, not too bad. No, I did. It was horrible. I don't want to talk about it. So many bad things. I did. I was spending a lot of money. And so I put everything here on the floor, but I'm not even going to show you about half of it because I took half of it in the house because it was house stuff. Found the letter E. I have an A and an S. And because my son's name is Ross Elliott Taylor, named after his grandfather Elliott, I figure I'm pretty sure I still have an R and an E and a T for TER for Easter. And so I was going to make a sign with like random letters. Yeah. So I found the E. And that's hilarious because, yeah, I didn't have the E. I had the other letters. And what luck is it to get that? And that's all they had was the E. So I got a goodie bag, but I've gone through the goodie bag because I needed to get something out of it because I was worried it was going to break. And I took it in the house. And so I just have it loose in a basket. But one of the things that was in the goodie bag was this thing. And it is canvas, like for, I don't know what it was made for, though. But it's like for picture frames or something. So, I mean, it was like it's strong, like, I mean, it was like a pillow. And it's double, but it's no opening. I don't know what this is. But it's painted on one side and somebody cut a chunk out. But this is for, yeah, this is canvas with gesso on it. So all I do is stretch it over some stretchers. That's what they're called. Canvas stretchers. And I'll have some canvas. So that was in the bag. I was like, okay, that was worth it. That's good stuff.
Hi, Lawrence. Thank you for stopping in.
Yeah, hi, Larry. Just going through a few things that I thrifted recently because it was fun. But I was thinking of you, Erica, because I would never buy. I donated all this kind of stuff, all my little pony beads, all my things to make the bracelets. I donated them to my church. I take that back. I donated them to a Girl Scout thing, a group troop for projects. So I see all those really cool things people are making out of this stuff. And I said, well, if I ever find
plastic canvas,
I will buy it if I find it at Rolling Hills. And I found a big old sheet here, pretty nice size sheet, and then some scrappy pieces like these. So I'm like, I'm ready. I got to make something because like I said, you've made some really nice stuff. People have made really, really cool stuff. And if nothing else, I'll make a basket, a seat or something out of it for a chair, and like weave it, like or like, that's not really the word I want. I want like needlepoint kind of look. So yes, and so anyway, I keep finding these hats. I have so many of these hats. So many. I know I need to find a craft just to do with all these hats. And being spring, it's a good time.
You could do some high-end tea parties.
Oh, those are. I think you can make those hats look pretty cute. Found ribbon. Ribbon's always good. Hey, Robin. Robin's here.
Hey, Robin.
They're showing up. So we have ribbon. This is like a pretty organza, so I'm pretty excited about that. Throwing it back in my Easter stuff behind me, and I got this stuff, and I know this is for bracelets and all, but I'm thinking about making. Okay, I'm really determined to make my own doll furniture, even though I've ordered a lot of doll furniture I buy broken doll furniture, really bad shape. I don't get all the good, pretty stuff because it's expensive, but I buy the lot that have the well played with so that I can kind of fix it up. We're going to be working on the bunnies here in a little bit. I just had a few things I want to go through real quick because this is fun stuff. But this will make good, I want to say caning is the word, isn't it? Caning for the chairs. I thought, wow, that's kind of the scale I need. So I thought that was fun. That goes over there and that stuff. Something broke off of this, but it's coaster, I guess. I don't know. Hang up a lot of these.
Lawrence, I am sorry to hear about that.
What happened, Larry? Finally, read what they state in case I'm distracted. Finally went to. Oh no. Okay, so Larry, I was like dying Tuesday, just dying. Yeah. And then yesterday, really sick. Could not get a doctor's appointment. I couldn't get one until Friday. And now I feel better. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with this. So anyway, a lot of these. A lot of the, And I really love I like the wooden ones and I like the old metal ones because you can do some fun stuff with those because they're so, like where's that thing? Tattoo
Hey,
thing?
Jerry, Robin says it's blurry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is kind of blurry on my end too. I just thought it was my eyes.
Okay. And you know why? Oh no, because I'm not on. I'm on. It's the internet. It's because I'm out here and the internet's weird. What can I do?
Keep going.
Sorry, guys. I don't know. Well, can I slide it in? Maybe. No, can't move anything because I got something here. I'm afraid it's gonna fall. Huh? Is it? Am I just all over fuzzy? Because I'm afraid if I switch to off internet now, I may lose you all. So this is more ribbon. This is like Christmas ribbon. But that's green. That's green. I can throw that in the Easter, but that's like
Hi,
Christmas.
Dances with Aardvarks.
Hey, Mike. I love these little roses. I have a lot of these cute little things. I'm going to hang on to these. Oh, one put in the Easter. I might need those. Lots of sequins. So many sequins. More roses. Anyway, it was a fun little bag. It just had all this like cute stuff in it. And then it had these, which are so sweet. And this one, I mean, oh, did you see that picture I sent you? Where I used one of these? I bet it's one of the. Isn't that amazing? And I'm like a baby blanket. And or pink one's pretty big for that baby, but still, yeah. But yeah, that's
cute.
I don't know what to go to that big old thing. I think it's a pot holder or something. More beads, and I don't even know what these are. No clue. Those are weird little plastic things. Weird things that go on a thing. Things that go on a thing. Yeah, Larry, I am so sorry. I said here's an orange, so Halloweeny. Or it had some black too. I thought. I'll put there. Felt. Oh, so many of these. So many sequins. I don't know what to do. But by the way, that bag was $3.75, and it was full. And I'm still pulling stuff out of my basket. I got this little guy, but actually, what did I drop? Oh, a bow. So I have other things like this that I need to go to eBay, and we're going to talk about eBay here in a minute because somebody's been spending some money. Hang on a second. Let's just put the bow. But yeah, glasses for little grannies, little wire glasses, which you can make better ones than they make and sell. You can actually make them better. Oh, more hats, by the way. Kojak, 4 hats. Yeah. Oh, here's an old thing I think that broke off of that other thing. It's like something broke it. That doesn't make sense. It's 3D. Oh, it's a little thing that broke off a thing. Huh. Putting the dollhouse stuff. I love collecting dye, and I have a collection now of 6 dye. If anyone knows any good games, got a bunch of dye. And I think somebody made the letter F, but yeah, little scraps of that. And then I don't understand if this is supposed to be a zebra with a horseshoe, or is that just a black or white horse? I don't know.
I'm gonna go with zebra.
It looks like a zebra. Why does it have a horseshoe? It's crazy. But one of my fun finds was this thing for 75 cents. And I think because they thought it was missing something, I'm like, I can make a bottom for this. I can cut an oval out of wood. But that is kind of cool. I mean, for all my tarnished silver look that I love so much. But Robin, I was thinking about you when I bought these.
Pine cones?
Yeah, I didn't get pine cones. Oh my gosh, they had pine cones. They had pine cones. Pine cones. I had a lot of pine cones. They had a big bag of pine cones. So I love these. First of all, love these flowers. And I almost bought them the other day when I was in there. But then Robin had a video and she had something, I was watching her where she had painted glass. This is actually staying on. This is spray painted, I believe. I don't think this was brushed on. So someone had spray painted these. And I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to just paint on them again and add more stuff to them. So these were probably from a wedding or something because they have a whole bunch of these. But I love these roses. They're beautiful. I know you can't see I'm going to get close as I can because it's probably foggy. Or
it froze up on my end.
They're printed. The fabric on the roses is a print, and it's a beautiful print. I mean, I've never seen roses like these before. Probably at Hobby Lobby, but they're really pretty, and they're the little bitty tea roses. Love them. So that was kind of a cute find. But they had I bought the rest of them. They had a ton, and when I went back, they had some left for me. So and some pearls. And all these weird shapes, but I thought this would be fun to paint. And I have all these. This came out of, I don't know, a goodie bag, I think, and they just ended up with my stuff. And then, and just like a little nice shaped one like this. But I was mostly I think the roses, the flowers are worth $2.25 each, I guess. Hey, after I went to Hobby Lobby and saw the prices of flowers, I was like, Yeah, I'm shopping at Rolling Hills. So I want to do something in that vase. I mean that metal thing I just showed you with all these tea flower roses because I think it's such a pretty combination. And then they had a big one, same price too. So they had the big one, and these are like my things up there. Yeah. So I definitely want to make a little project out of this. So thank you for the inspiration, and I will give you credit, Robin. That's awesome. Okay. So like I said, I bought a lot of stuff I'm not showing, but I did have a couple of I got a couple of goodie boxes, these little things they sell where there's a bunch of junk and it's like one thing in there that I wanted. So I got to buy the whole box, but I really wanted it. So, one of the things, and I do need to go get I bought these little, it was a cat and a bear. They're like, but they were sitting on a bench, like a little wooden bench. And I don't have it handy because I was going to fix it. But I popped them off the bench and it broke the little seat on the bench, but I can fix them. But I want the benches for my dollhouses, not these. But I got these little girls were in there, and I thought I before I get rid of them, I definitely need to put them in a tier tray or something, some display. It says a little bit behind. Wait, does it say a little behind? Yeah, that's crazy. And then this one has the little girl who's a little behind on my chores. So, yeah. And that's me today with the laundry. I'm a little behind. But it's, okay, and this is the funny thing. Y'all remember the geese? Who remembers the geese? Oh, my gosh. Erica, I'm not going to say how old you are, but do you remember geese in your house at any time when you were young? These were like all over the place in the 80s and 90s. Yeah.
We didn't call them geese. We called them ducks.
Oh, the duck. Oh, are they ducks or geese? I don't even know.
I don't know. And my grandma actually has.
And 2 egg cups and a salt and pepper shaker.
My grandma actually had those in the 90s, and she still has 2 now, and they're cookie jars.
Aw. Okay, so this is broken and it's junky, but oh my gosh, before it broke, it never had a chance anyway. Look how ugly that bird is. That bird's some ugly right there. But yeah, it's bad. But it broke and somebody did a terrible job of gluing it back together. No bird looks like that. That's so sad. But I do have a little plastic angel I just take in and throw in with my other angels. But this was also in one of the boxes. And that is awesome. I mean, it's not my style, but it has a broken flower, but I think I can fix it with porcelain clay, and I'm going to try. And I may just paint all one color or something, there.
That is screaming Bridgerton to me, and I don't know why.
I was going to look up to see if that is Bridgerton. When I think they, all through history, you got all the different shoes. I don't know what kind of shoes they were wearing. I had to go check on them shoes. I do love little tiny individual salt and pepper shakers. So I bought the box for these. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, the boxes were $2.55 each. So yeah, worth it. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty cute. But it also came with these little rabbits. And I have so many of these little weird rabbits that, they're little cheap rabbits. And I saved them from getting them in these boxes because they have like a good rabbit in there and then these. But they're really cute. I mean, they're cute. But I was going to do like a tier tray with them. And then I will find them a new home. But I said, honey, could you go up in the attic and get me the box marked Easter? And he couldn't find one. So apparently I hadn't written the word Easter on it. I said, well, it's light green. So he found one, brought it down. And I went through it. And apparently I have 2 boxes of Easter stuff.
Of course you do.
I am kind of digging the owl. He's really wonky and weird. And I'm not into owls. They just keep finding their way to my house. But I am definitely putting this in my room with the Dark Academia. Because, I mean, oh my gosh, he's so weird looking. He's just like, it's like they made him and he melted.
I like him.
Yeah, I thought he was adorable. Oh, by the way, the ribbon on that was perfect pair. And then I got brass bell. And I got these like crazy little birds that I like to kind of hang on to little things just in case I can use them on a tiered tray because some of those small things are cute. And then remember these little guys? My mother-in-law has a whole bunch of the angels. So I thought, I don't know. I don't know which one she has. I used to sneak them into her. I'd find them at Rolling Hills and I would sneak them and put them on her shelf when we would go see her. And and then I started noticing I was picking up the same one she already had. So anyway, some more crazy things that, I'm going to use for a tier tray. I'm going to use them. Promise you. Easter tier tray coming up. So then I got miniatures that are these tiny little plastic buckets that are pretty dang cute. I'm sorry. That's just too cute for me. Those are adorable. So those came in a goodie bag. I don't know why they were out. Now let's talk bunnies. We're going to talk about chocolate molds first of all. So let me tell you about chocolate molds. If anyone has ever decided to collect chocolate molds, like the real antique chocolate molds, they're very expensive. In fact, the metal ones that I have are actually reproductions, and but I do have some vintage rabbits, and the rabbits tend to go for less than Santa's. So I have these rabbits, but what I did is I purposefully were looking for one side. Like, for example, it was a two-sided one and one was missing. And so they were selling for so cheap, like 25% of what a normal full one would sell for, So I was always looking for those because they go for really cheap. So that was my weird thing.
Hi, Deborah.
Hey, Deb. Hey. And Atticus too. Hello. So let's see. I understand clearly my dad had an engineer. Okay. So let's get back. That's part of the challenge. Yeah. We're gonna go way up. Oh my goodness. They can't see. What? Oh, that way they can't see the blood. What are you saying, Larry? What have I missed? It's something I want to make, Larry. Oh, okay. All right. So we got some projects going. And speaking of projects, I mean, I got to get my workshop cleaned up because during this weather's getting nicer and I can work out there. I hope. Anyway, so I did get these metal reproductions. Now, this was back in the 90s. And now to buy these reproductions are ridiculously high because I don't know why they quit making them. But I bought a bunch of these and I have used them back then. I was making the chalkware. Santa's painting them. Like you see my cabinet's full, but I was making and selling the pieces that you could paint yourself, and I was selling painted ones. But what I found is the ones that I painted myself, the hours I put into them, I couldn't get that kind of money, so I was selling the ones that were just white like crazy. It shows, but then we would have like hours there. And we were using plaster of Paris to cast our molds. So one thing about plaster, it does chip. I mean, that is pretty much, that's chalkware. It is plaster of Paris. That's another name for plaster of Paris. But I think the chalkware that they used more in the old days a little bit frothier. If that makes any sense, where now the stuff is really dense. And anyway, what I wanted to get, I know I have one solid rabbit mold, and it's like, okay, they're wrong box. But that's why I have the Sienna out. But what I'm going to tell you about these though. One thing about using plaster of Paris in these molds or any of the vintage molds, once you've used plaster, and you cannot use food in it because it calcium. I'm going to get all this wrong. I know. I think it's the calcium or something that's in the plaster will erode the metal. So whatever it is in the plaster, the composition, it rusts the metal, and it makes it where you should not, and it pits it, and you should not make chocolate in it. So if you're going to use it for that, don't use it for chocolate. However, I found a company, and this was the days before internet. I'm talking early 90s, and I don't know how I found them. I have no idea how I found these people. I don't know. But in New York, there were these. I have two. In New York was this lady, and she was just selling just the chalkware. And then I think I got it through a magazine. Okay, a magazine. That's right. I found them in a magazine. So an old magazine. So that kind of got me in touch with another lady because I was ordering from her, and she told me about this other lady. Oh, couple. It was a couple doing this. So what they were doing is they would cast. It would take a metal mold like that and cast the thing, whatever it was, and then they would do one of these molds out of plastic. And this is some high density. It's just thick stuff. Now, these weren't cheap, but they were so much cheaper than the real ones. Yeah. So, and of course now with these, you can use for food and plaster because they don't erode or they don't get, contaminated or whatever. So you can still but I don't make chocolate ones because, oh my gosh, no, that's too much chocolate. So this is the bunny we're going to be working on today, but he's sitting right there and he's drying. It's taking forever to dry. But that's a whole nother story. So, but I will explain that as well. Anyway, so this is the big rabbit. I cast this rabbit back in the 90s. All of them I did. I have not done any since I moved in here in 2000. So they have sat in a box for all these years, and I haven't used them. So I'm thinking about selling these. But I looked on eBay and all that and could not find them. And nobody knows about these. But then I went on just regular line and they're still out there somewhere. I hadn't figured out where they're selling them. So if you went to Walmart, pretty much, you could buy this chocolate mold right here. And it's a cutie. It's going to crack. It's going to have problems. It's going to do that. It's very flimsy. But the difference is you can still cast a very good little chalkware bunny out of plastic paper. So these are adorable. So if you ever see any of these, and you like to do this, they're a lot of fun, but there's some steps you have to know before you get involved. And I'm going to include that in my video for the, a longer video, but because I had to do all this earlier. But when you get these, and these do clip together, that means nothing when you pour chocolate. Now, if you look at this one, it does not have the bottom cut out. I actually cut the bottom out of another one. This is just my spare that I don't use, but I wanted to show you what it looked like before. But then I actually cut with an X-Acto knife that bottom out like this, so I can get in. So I don't have a lot of rabbits because most have the Siennas, but I had this one. So what you do is you take the you gotta love these things right here. These things are awesome. They come with, if you see, they come with these little clamps that the old ones did, like that. And like I said, that one clips together. It doesn't stay together. Because when you put that heavy liquid plaster in it, it will ooze and it will like separate it. So it's like a lava. So you have to, these clips, useless. Just so you know, totally useless. You need at least 1 million of these, but these things are awesome. So what I was doing is and when I did a pour, I would do like all my things at one time because you're making a mess. It's a huge mess because well, that is me too. I'm a very messy person. So I clip them like this, and that keeps them together. But this is kind of flimsy. So with that weight, still kind of separate. Did a little bit of carving once you got it out. But for example, this is my other mold that I love, and I really want to cast this one again because I painted this before I had my rabbits. And okay, I could just have a look at silicone chocolate animal molds, and they have a Scotty dog. Aw. Oh, it's so cute. And it holds moisture. Yes, it does. Yes. Yeah. Oh, plaster chalk. Yeah, I was trying to explain that. Like, it's the same. You never hear people call it plaster, but they'll say it's chalkware because it sounds fancy. It's a fancy word. So anyway, you would clip it up that much. And then, of course, you turn it upside down and then you fill it. And then you let it sit for a long time, but it will get bubbles in it. And that's the thing about the clear that's so awesome. I mean, you can tap it and get most of the bubbles out. And then, but if you look at that other Sienna that I have set down there where I can't find him, yeah, you can't see the bubbles. So you don't know until he's out that if he's covered with bubbles. So I don't use those anymore. I have a lot of plastic ones, but like I said, yeah. So the brand, by the way, on these is called, it's a weird name. Hang on. It's called I think it's an M. TOM, like Tom Rick. Oh, wait, is that G? I can't even tell. I think it's a C. TOMRIC. So Tom Rick Plastics. So check it out. I don't know what they sell for anymore because they were expensive back then. But I would say like $20 for this. And when you don't have any money, this is good. But hey, I love the whole chalkware thing. For me, started with the Valium quart. I love Valium quart. I think it's so beautiful, and the way they paint it. Now, how I paint mine is different, and we'll talk about that. But anyway, so this is one that I painted, and he will come out of his thing, but I'm gonna leave him in because it takes long to unclip him. And I realized I didn't sign either one of these. It's like, why didn't I sign him? But I know I did paint him. I think I painted him since I've been here, but in 2000. I mean, yeah, right, 2000. How long have you lived here? Yeah. So the we had rabbits later. We had a white one and a Dutch. So if I'd already painted that, if I had not painted it, I would have definitely painted that other rabbit white to look like Mr. Lily and do so. And so one day I would like to paint another set. Anyway, so this one's easy peasy. I think you can still find these molds. Check it out. These are pretty Wilton or somebody. I mean, these are made. Wait, who made this one? This is by Sunhill, but these are easy to find. And anyway, you can paint them, and they're cute, and you can paint them like chocolate. Now, me, I painted him more like a bunny. Speaking of chocolate bunnies, let me clear up. I hate putting things around because I will knock something over. The story of my life. I'm so klutzy. Now, for example, when I was getting that one Sienna down, I just knocked them all over. May as well just knock them over. So today I have my stand. I love these things. If you ever see these out thrifting or whatever, grab it. And this is the turntable one. And I used to have a whole bunch of these that are just nasty because I worked on them with my gourds and things. And that way you can work and spin. You cannot touch this rabbit while you're working on it. In fact, I'm going to pick him up right now. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Because the paint, every time he still has his paint from the his first 2 layers on him. What did you do? You'd probably be able to just stainless steel and believe it would hold up. Oh, what? I look at the silicone. Oh, yeah. On the, I don't know if they make stainless steel molds. Are you talking about cleaning it? All right. So on this, let me feel him. Yeah, he's kind of tacky. Ugh. So what I would do normally in the real world, like we should do all the time, is I would have, put him, still not tall enough. Let me tilt my thing down just a little bit. I would have painted his 2 coats while he was, and let him sit overnight, because you really want this first layer to saturate into and hang on to prevent the chipping. And that's what I do. And I've had good luck with that. And then I put a good sealer on it. But a lot of times, yeah, the plaster is going to chip. It's just what it does. It's just the story. But on this particular one, he ended up with a lot of bubbles. And I was trying to patch his bubbles. I was having no luck. But if you decide to do these things and you get bubbles, then do not use plaster to fill them, because plaster will immediately set on that. You have a big old glob. You want to use spackling. And that way, but I put some spackling, but some I'd never used before, and it didn't stick. It just didn't stay stuck in there. And when I was painting it, pulled it off. I don't think I let it dry, because once again, who lets paint dry? Come on. So I am just grabbing some white, because even though I paint, so I'm going to show you look like a chocolate bunny, but I have a chocolate bunny. So I'm kind of wanting him to be a white bunny. I don't know, just felt like he needs to be white. What do y'all think? White good for y'all? Or is that just keep him chocolate? Because I do him chocolate, I still want to highlight him with another color. Now, the color I did use on him, I thought I had right here, was called a maple. Oh, it's in the sink. Hang on. Keep him entertained. It's one from my vintage stash. And it's really thick, super thick. It's getting old. But I was like, oh, okay, that's okay that it's thick. I mean, I could fill some of these holes with it. And I did fill a couple of holes. But anyway, I did do the spackling. And then when I was like brushing off, I noticed a couple of holes came back because I kind of wiped it off. And that wasn't fun. But yeah, you can't use plaster on it, because that plaster, the minute it touches that other plaster, it like turns into a wad of plaster. And you have to carve it back off. I can't spell tonight. What's going on? So stabilizing your project. So thank you for saying something about stabilizing. Oh, really? All right. So you're talking about using stainless steel wire. I was okay. Now on these little pieces, yeah, you don't have to worry about the little pieces. They'll be fine. However, this guy I'm afraid he's going to topple. He is a little top heavy. So, hey, Fabi just joined us. Oh, did I just lose? What did she? Oh, she'll come back. Okay. I was like, where's Erica? We lost Erica. So on the oh, no worries. So on this one, I went through the whole process of how he was, how I make them. And then I made him back in the 90s, and I've been hauling him around all these years. Reason I didn't paint him because he had a lot of bubbles, and I don't know why I didn't get those bubbles out. I mean, they just wouldn't come out, because normally he's big. I mean, this is one of my biggest moles, and I tapped and I did everything, and the bubbles wouldn't come out. So there was that. So am I going to do a white bunny? Because I base coated him brown, because I wanted to give that, same effect that I did with him. So see, he was base coated brown, and then I dry brushed so you can see his little details. So that's what I could do him another chocolate bunny, or I could make me a white bunny. So that's, yeah. So here's an example of bubbles. Look at the bubbles. See the bubbles? I didn't worry about the bottom being bubbly. Yeah. That's a weird rabbit. So, and let me get a good brush for dry brushing now. Oh my goodness. I need a brush. I don't care what you look like. Just give me a brush. Brush I've had forever. All right. You take care of your brushes. These actually are peeling off, and I think I've had these since the 90s as well. Yes, I don't throw anything away. I can save it. That's why I paint a lot of Siennas with it too. See how red it is? But so what I would have done differently if I ever cast this again, this is one of the reasons it never got painted, is because it's going to get knocked over and chipped. I'm telling you, if I don't knock it over tonight, it'll be a miracle. So on the no, I was supposed to do white, but I just stuck my brush in brown. On the I don't even want water. I didn't get ready. What was I doing today? I'm getting ready, that's for sure. On the I would put, when I made it, I would put it like a dowel or something in it so that whenever I would drill it, like put it on another, like a wooden base with a hole in it, and I would stick it down because he just cannot, he's going to get knocked over. He's going, wherever I put him, he's going to be up like against something. Actually, these are very stable. This one right here, these are probably very stable. I have a lot of Siennas that are like that. They're very tall and skinny and they fall over. So I'm so unorganized because I was looking in that basket. I mean, the box that my husband brought down from the attic. There was the wrong box, and then I was, what else? Oh, and then I knocked all my Santas over. Oh my gosh! It's like I just want to sit down and look up that chalk. So they make a plaster product now that doesn't chip or break. I say it doesn't break. And I actually bought it and I never used it, and it was not cheap, and I never used it, and we hauled it here. I'm talking like a 50-pound bag, never, because I think it's the only way you can buy it. And I don't know if you could buy it in craft stores back in the day. I don't even know where you would get it. I had to go get it from I don't remember, some weird place that I found it. This is back when you had to go look in magazines to find stuff. And anyway, I ended up throwing it all away, but it's not supposed to chip. Because I didn't have problems with mine chipping, but my friend who was also painting them, like she got some molds, and we would trade out molds. So now what will happen is if I touch this and my fingers stick to the paint, it's going to pull the paint right out of the chalk because it needed to cure overnight. I know. So I'm gonna. So what I've done is, if you're just joining me, or if you're watching the replay and you just jumped in, or whatever, or you skipped around, because that's what I do. You I'm having it up on a stand that will rotate. It's just one of those kitchen things, and so it's really nice. So I'm going to try to touch his ear because I think I can maybe fix his ear, and I'll see if I can dry brush. So I'm having actually this piece of paper, which is this thing I need to get. These are the things that come off of your when you're using peel and stick labels. Yeah, I got tons of those because eBay, which is not doing very well. And I really need to sell some stuff because I need some money because I've been spending too much money. Which is one of the reasons I'm thinking, well, I probably won't do the molds anymore. So I may as well sell these, because I will tell you, those molds with the little details on some of those Santas are mind-boggling to do. So I know, where can I touch you and you not lose your paint? But yes, you do want these to cure, oh my goodness, overnight for sure. Because it's still cool to the touch, which means it's not cured. Now, when you're cleaning it, like I said, I will include, I'm trying to put together a little video of it, of just kind of how I did it. It's, you kind of have to carve back into the design. If you've ever cleaned, has anybody done ceramics and actually greenware where you have to go in and carve out your seams, clean up all your seams? You know what I'm talking about. You kind of have to, get the shape of the thing back together. So I'm just doing some dry brushing on, it's pretty easy. So I base coated him twice with the chocolate, and this, like I said, this last coat just not drying. But when I turn, I think you're gonna be able to see one of the holes, and I can go patch that hole even after I painted. Probably do better if I painted it after anyway. So I'm gonna dry brush again once this one's kind of set up. Oh, dude, please don't fall over. Yeah, he's really unstable. But anyway, so see, I need to kind of come back up in here. So he, for some reason, was not sitting level whenever I made him. And he's a little out of whack because, and this is this big side. So they have to be perfectly level. And I mean, y'all, this one's a monster. The other ones were kind of easier to work with. The smaller one's a big one. No, I have a big Santa too. Oh, she's tipping. So I had a Sienna that, and I did sand the bottoms. I get them down. I kind of showed what I was doing in that video that I was trying to make, but it's a long process between the carving out, cleaning it up, carving it out again, and doing your sanding to get it level, which I recommend you do first before you put the rest of that time in, because you may chip it. You can chip it. This is not the chip proof kind. This is. So I was like, okay, if I ever did it again, I would just get the kind that doesn't chip, and then I would blah blah blah. I have these brilliant ideas, but now I'm kind of beyond this. I want to work on other things in my life. So yeah. Oh no, I didn't touch my brush first. I'll be touching up on you. Good thing I had that paint handy. But so back to Valiant Court chalkware. Another brand is Walnut Ridge that does chalkware, and they're very expensive and very collectible. So if this is something you think you'd like to do, you've got, those are your competitors, but they make good money at it. But you can also go online and like eBay and stuff and find people who are doing it, and they're not selling them for what, I know the work. I know the work just to get them to this painting stage. And it's ridiculous. And so the people are just giving them away. They're worth a lot more. Because especially these ones that need a lot of detail. He's pretty good about he's an easy one to make, because he's just, I guess I've never made him, because he's just a basket and then the dry brushing, if that's what you want to do. But I will be adding some details to him, like to create where his legs and all are defined. There's a lot more involved than just throwing a white paint on top of him. Of course, he looked cute chocolate. If you just saw him when he was chocolate, they actually look pretty darn cute. It's just brown rabbits. So you could do these and just have them sitting out. But if y'all have any questions, let's see. Hey, Jerry, thanks for joining us. Okay, this is, it's not chocolate. Keep bunny. Thank you, Liz. Thank you for joining us, Liz. So if anybody I don't know what happened to Erica. She is gone, because she didn't even jump back into the thing, did she? Leave comments. We lost her. Yes, this is something I cast back in the 90s, and I've hauled him around, and I actually have some Santas still that I haven't painted. I have, because the only reason I have these, I have already painted at least one Santa for me, and then I just have, because they were the ones I was selling. So anyway, these little turntable things, I can't say it enough. Awesome to have. I thrifted, and I have a bunch. And when I taught classes and I would be working on gourd Santas, and I would just have them all sitting around drying. But that way I didn't have to pick them up. I could just carry them by their tray. But like I said, he top heavy, and he wants to topple so easy. You are a little problem child. You're gonna give me fits, aren't you? But yeah, these are the only ones I got. They had a lot more. They had the one that's, with wheelbarrow, and I know, and they had one that was in a wagon. But if you look at Valium Court, which don't even ask me to spell it, I think it's 2 L's. They are beautiful. Just the details are fantastic, and they use oil paint when they do theirs. And the problem with me back when I started doing them and using acrylics is because I was a lot like Bobby. I had small children. I didn't want to do oil painting in my house. It's stinky. And I didn't have this kind of studio. My studio was actually, it was a weird house, but we had a garden room, and a garden. I don't know what they call it. No, roof garden. And the studio was above the carport. So I'm sorry, I can't talk tonight. Garage, and then I would right below me was the living room. But anyway, I just didn't. My son would play out there on the roof garden, and then I would. Yes, we had protective stuff, and then I would sit in my studio with my door open and paint. So I really didn't want oils in there, because they really are stinky. But now they make one that's not so bad. They make a turpentine that's not so bad. So you could use that, and they really saturate. I think they're better. And of course, you can blend oil so much nicer. But you could actually use that medium, that floating medium that I always talk about, that Plaid makes. Yeah, you could use that for blending your colors and making a really good shade. So I'm hoping, well, maybe I'll get this. I'm not even going to pretend. This is not going to happen in the time I want it to. Is it? Okay, let him set up. So what I did, talk about the carve. I think he needs more white on him. Right here, you see his paws. So his paws were solid because that's the seam, and I just carved his paws out a little bit more because I thought they needed that definition. But you can also paint that definition. You didn't have to cut it out. I also carved on the basket to make the just to make it look better too. I didn't want that big white, big stripe going down the bottom of it. So I'm gonna. I hate to have this like in front of me because I'm afraid I'm going to knock it over. But I want to show you this. For example, I bought these, and these were from made in China. They're kind of plaster. I mean, they're supposed to be like a chalk, like a chalk. And look how chipped up he is. Look at his little nose and his ears. He's so chipped up. And that's what they do. I mean, if you don't put a good sealer on them, I haven't had that problem with the ones I painted. But I've got like a dozen of these little rabbits. I have some white ones and I have some chocolate ones that need paint. All need touching up. And that was kind of one of those fun things I found at Rolling Hills. I know. Who does that? Why do I find the best stuff? I do. Yeah, so I'm kind of able to go back with my white and hit it again and hit some highlights. And then like the one area where I put wet paint on there. And I didn't wipe it off first. Yeah, that's going to be a touch-up job. I have to paint with brown. Anyway. I usually spend like hours on these things. I mean, I'm kind of rushing through this one. Now, for fun, even though I put white, I do want to add this green down around his base. So let's see what's going on. Is it a rabbit or hare? I'm calling this one a rabbit. Now I have this really cool hair that a friend of mine gave me, and it's got like those super long ears, and I love it. He's just beautiful. And I keep forgetting to get him out at Easter. He stays out he's in my bedroom. He's on top of a armoire, and it's kind of where he lives. So he doesn't get to come out and play on Easter. But he's a hare. He's not supposed to be out. He's supposed to be a bunny. He's got to be a bunny. Oh, Bobby, I thought I had those chicks. I love those little chicks you made. Hey, what's on your thing, by the way? I don't know if you got a chance to see that. But I was actually watching. I was over at my mom's, and we were watching Survivor. And so I couldn't turn the volume on, but I could at least watch it, and you know how the drama is. I only really watch on Survivors when they're doing their little things, their competition things. So I was kind of sneaking it, watching it, but I couldn't turn it up too loud because Mom, don't like that when you do that. I can't believe my husband's calling me, y'all. The man has no idea what time it is, does he? Really? He's calling me. Anyway, I do love those little I like what you did, but I really love those chicks. And I was like, I have one of those. I got one at Rolling Hills. I put all the stuff that was Easter related in a bag and donated it. And I forgot. I didn't remember if it had gone to the donation already, but it did. So I don't know my chick. My little cute chick. Went back. That was such a cute idea. I would have done it in a heartbeat. That was the cutest thing. So I'm just adding a little dry brush of green on the bottom. I think it needs more going on, but like another green. It's kind of boring. But it's easy peasy if you do it this way. So you can see, but I will tell you, the ones that we did that were just white, they were selling. I mean, we didn't even clean them. I mean, well, yeah, we did. I guess we did. Yeah, we did clean them. So my friend was doing I don't know what she was using for a sealing it with something. Let me think about this a minute. So I think she was priming hers first with something white, and hers were chipping like crazy. Where I was doing it, I was letting them soak in, let the paint soak in, the brown like really saturate. So because if you go back to the time, like temper paint should work really good on these because all that stuff lasted forever. Oh, I want a pretty gold color for my basket. What do I have? No, that's not the color I want. I want like a basket color. I kind of went on the side of yellow, don't I? Or white? What do I know? He's white, Jerry. Think about it. Oh, that's not brown. Okay, here we go. I hope this will do. Oh, this is an ugly brown. Yeah, kind of like a basket though. Let me see. This is a good go-to color. Yeah, we're gonna go with golden brown. Sure, that's an easy one. So not laughing at you. Let's see. We got really sure the different. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, I would like to kind of clean up my barn and work out there and on my furniture or my doll furniture. But I've been finding some pretty good deals on furniture that needs some love. So that, and I think I'm more excited about that because I want to get in and like, fix some, put back in drawers and have one that's, I like the Shackman brand, and I found this Shackman cabinet that I really liked, and it was like $40. And then I found a damaged one. I'm gonna try to fix because I am just full of ideas, aren't I? Now, what you can do on top with this basket is kind of cute. You can actually carve out the basket if you're that ambitious, whatever. I'm not, is that you can add some flowers and things on top of it. So you could wait until it was really dry and really cured before you do that. And you can add that kind of stuff and make it cute. And I will probably, I think it'd be fun if I had that kind of the old paper kind of grass that they used to do. And sometimes you can still find that, the paper grass. So I do need, I'm just like I said, highlighting it because I can always come back and do my details. And what I would use for my details, in case I don't get to them today, because it might not be completely dry. My favorite go-to color is my burnt umber. So I would use that just to pull out some details. And I'll just show you like on him. I think you can kind of see in his where his leg is how I added the burnt umber around his leg to just kind of bring out that little highlight his toes, little things like that. And then we'll paint his eyes, of course, gonna paint his eyes. So got that kind of filled in. And then I don't know what to put in this basket. Maybe the green, put some green up there. Green mixed with my yellow. Not the idea. Green basket. But yeah, so you could just glue stuff up here if you wanted to once it's all sealed and dried and cured, which you better let it cure. And you do have to let these cure a long time. So it's going to look okay for like a picture. So I'm going to put a sealer on it. And because I got to get this video posted, right? Because I want to use this video for, I had 3 rabbits, but that's all I did was 3 things. Hey, Nancy. So I got a little accepted like, yeah, Nancy's going to get some goodies. That's awesome. She's going to be on the plaid team now. Love it. So we'll switch brushes to, he needs more white on him again. I'm going to hit him again with the white in some areas because he's very, not white. He's got still too much brown showing. Pause. I'm getting pause. Yeah, it's always good to talk. See, this is why I say I don't like to paint when I feel bad because I can't talk nice to him. I got to talk nice to my stuff. I want it, want it happy. I want to send it out in his happy little world. Yeah, speaking of making money, yeah, I don't think I've made anything anybody wants to buy yet. So I'm kind of like, whatever. But I do need to sell a bunch of stuff. And that was a nice thing about kind of cleaning up lately. But since I haven't felt good like painting, like putting a whole lot into painting, I have been trying to do some organizing and little things like that I can, and wish I could get there and organize that computer. I have way too much stuff on my computer right now. It's killing it. Probably why I'm blurry. No, I think it's the internet. But yeah, if you get a chance, look up Volume Court and look up the Walnut Ridge, I think is the name of it, is the other brand that do a lot of the Siennas. I think they do some of the everythings actually, but they do bunnies too. So if you weren't here earlier, I was talking about the molds that these are cast. This particular mold that I have is actually cast from a vintage chocolate mold. And what they did is they always made the positive of it. And then they did the, is that a vacuum form, guy? Am I saying it right? It's like a vacuum thing to make the, these heavy duty plastic ones. And these are by Tomric Plastics, Tomric, one word, and this one's H32. And then these are the little cheap ones you can get like at Walmart and stuff like that. But what you have to do is cut the bottom out. And I was just explaining earlier that you have to put some good clips on here, and I mean cover it with clips. I mean I have clips all the way around it because it will like leak, and then your you really have a big seam, you're going to have to clean up after that. So I'll use you more whites on you. And I do need to touch up your basket strap. I don't know what color to make your basket straps. I could make them a different color. Pink? Blue? What do you want? What you thinking, Rabbit? What you feeling today? I think a nice blue. Yeah, we'll find you a pretty blue. Make you like a little Peter Cottontail. Wait, is Peter Cottontail the Easter rabbit? Yeah, it is. Peter Cottontail. Yeah. Okay, I couldn't remember the song. Wait, isn't that a whole movie about that now? I have not seen that movie, y'all. I know. My kids got to be too old. And they didn't want to watch that kind of stuff anymore. Make me go watch Marvel comics and movies and stuff. There you go. Yes, I am so fearful every time I turn him because he's pretty. I got him pretty low. He's a little tippy. See, he's kind of doing that. I don't like that. Wish he wasn't doing that. But this one does have a lot of holes in it. My other ones, I have been so good about getting those holes. Oh, I did it again. And I put my brush in. I'll clean it up first. Well, now you're white. That's for sure. So I worked on Chippy. I don't know if you remember, if you watched the live that we had on Fabi's that she did, and I had 2 rabbits to choose. One was Rusty and one was Chippy. I did work on Chippy. I got him done. Same process. I just painted him brown. But at first, I painted him white, and I was going to use an antiquing gel to kind of go over him. And the antiquing product will go in, into the deep areas, and then you wipe it off. But then I said, no, I'm going to do it this way where I do the dry brush because there's just something about this technique. It just kind of looks cool. So I did that. And it was the whole time I thought I was videoing, but I was watching Fabi and Annie. And speaking of Annie, she is going to be on Connie's at 8 o'clock and I will be off. So we could all go watch that together. And anyway, yeah, I had not recorded it. I had not hit the record button again. I'm hoping this is recording because I didn't even go back and check. Okay, guys, I'm going to paint his little stripes pretty blue. Let's see what I got. I got some blue. Oh, I like this blue. This is called Carolina blue. So it's like a blue. Oh, no, it doesn't. It's like a blue from one of those houses. I hope it's pretty. It looks pretty here. This is pretty on him. I think I have to actually paint this. I don't think I can dry brush that small. But we'll see. Nah. Oh my gosh, the brush has lost its shape. Oh, so okay, if I hadn't told you this trick, so I was trying, let me see if I can pull my brush back together. So this is a brush, it came together. If you have a brush and it's got the hair sticking out on it because you haven't cleaned it and put it away properly. You don't ever cut the top of the brush. You take your scissors and just kind of cut up this way until you get rid of those hairs. They're sticking out everywhere. It's just my little tip of the day. I've said it before, I know. But it's a good tip. All right, I'm just going to hit this blue. Now, he does have flowers on his grass down at the bottom, but like 2. But I should paint them. Oh, what color are you going to paint the flowers? So many decisions to be made. I kind of like this really light color where it's kind of washed. It's not, I'm not saying this because I'm lazy. Oh, I got to get you another one. Oh, hang on. It's got to go over his shoulder. Okay, yeah. So see, I don't know if I know it's not showing up. Oh, there's one. It's kind of showing up against my black. They're making me crazy. I can't get I got a couple of hairs that just want to stick out. And this is just a cheap brush by Craft, whatever. It's a cheap one. It's not a Plaid product. That's why it's falling apart. Right? And buy good brushes and take care of them. Okay, bunny, I don't even know what this does on your back, but I'm going to make it go all the way around like that to a little point, and then I will turn you around and make see ya. I'm going to put that. Yeah, looks a little bit. Oh no, I don't know. Let me fix that. Anyway, yeah, I guess I did paint. See my plastic. If you weren't on earlier, I do have like a bunch of shipping label peel off stickers, and so I've been saving all the little tear off the peel off part because it's kind of like waxy, and it's in my house. I don't know. I never think to bring it out. So today I brought some out. I'm going to just use this to sit and keep paint off of everything I own because there's paint everywhere. Very handy. I know what I did. I said, what did I do today? So I was going over to a friend. I had to go to the mailbox, post office. So then I called a friend because she wanted me to come by, pick something up, and I had something of hers I need to take to her. And I stopped by another friend's store. And so when I was there, I never have time to like look through her jewelry rack. So I played jewelry today at her store. It's like today, what she does is she orders beads and all like in a whole bunch. And so I just was going through her beads that she was selling. That's a pretty good deal. But I was looking with a purpose, and it was for things for a dollhouse that I can make some kind of dollhouse accessories and all, because I've seen a lot of people using, the beads to make like little perfume bottles, to make lamps, to make candlesticks. They're really pretty, all sorts of decorative pieces. So I had a blast digging through her stuff and looking for things. And I found a couple other weird things. And I thought, oh, I need that for my dollhouse. Okay. So yeah, there's the front view. We got your side. You need to kind of, I do like to come back with the dark and fix and kind of outline my colors, kind of give them some more depth. Maybe I'll have time today. I got to fix that foot. That foot ain't working for me. All right, you're looking like you got more strap on this side than you have on this side. So I'll clean that one up real quick. And now she gets picky about every little thing I do. I gotta keep an eye on the time. Hey, does somebody want to come on and help me out and like read comments and stuff for me? I'm going to put this, and I will love the help. Of course, Command B. Because I want to try to get this as done as possible. So I've been watching A Square to Spare. Oh, I know you sent me that thing, and yeah, I was looking at her pictures. But oh my gosh, I only did watch part of the video. She is like an engine. Okay, so I think she's an architect major. I'm just saying. She's like an architect. I would love to have done that. I would love to have done those things. That was just so much fun. That is a cool thing. All right, so done. Basically done. Got the basics done on him. The details, whole nother story. I do want to fix his feet. I don't like his feet. So I'm going to do some painting now and not just dry brushing, because those feet are going to be right. Even if I do it the hard way. So I'm going to, I don't know, let me show, can I show you his feet? Oh, I can't touch him. Hang on a second. Let me tilt this down and let me see if y'all can see his feet. I also want to show you his bubble. So yeah, his feet are like this, but he has got and I got to paint him. I can't stand that look. But he's got a bubble somewhere over here. Now I can't see it because I've got him at a bad angle. But he has you can see like a black hole. I got to fill that in. I can't handle that bubble. Some bubbles are okay. It's part of the process. But that one, oh yeah, I got to paint his flower. Oh man, I forgot the flower. What do I have? I have white. So I'm going to put the white down first where the flower's going to go. And then that way it'll pop better. It'll show it. It's like 4. I don't know what kind of flower it is. It's only got like 4 things. It's a dogwood. You don't have another flower. Oh, it's in the back. Oh my gosh. So this is hanging over and hitting my thing. So Liz says, what? So there's so much. Oh, God bless you too. What happened? Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Liz. Oh, she made a mini Halloween mansion from scratch. Okay. So that was one of the things I was like, I do want to make all of my furniture from scratch, but I want instant gratification too. So that's why I'm kind of buying up these Shackmans and things like this that I know are really pretty decent and vintage and they're from the time period. But I am going to do stuff with them because they're already in bad shape anyway. I don't have any qualms about fixing them. But let me get the pink. That is pink. Oh, rosy pink. Let me get a rose color. I bet. You think this is going to be called Dusty Rose? Let's see. No, Rose Chiffon. It's rose, though. It's Rose Chiffon. And this is a very old folk art. I don't think they make this color anymore. Yeah. So we should check some of these out to see if they still make them. So anyway, so okay, I'll tell you a funny story. Fabi. So I have a friend named Annie Jones. I taught with over in Simsboro, Louisiana. Yeah, I called her. And I'm telling her all this. She goes, what are you talking about? All of a sudden, when she said, I recognized that Southern voice. I went, oh, Annie. I said, I so didn't remember. Oh, my gosh. I'd call the wrong Annie. I know, it was funny. But then in the meantime, you would send the message that said, yeah, I got in touch with her. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that tonight. That's going to be cute. And I got pinks. So I think I got pretty represented here. I got all the spring colors. I mean, well, Easter. Got your pink. He's got the meanest look on his face. I got to paint his face a little more friendly. Right now, he's looking kind of angry. Why are you angry? And I could put like the little yellow center on the flowers. But yeah, the flowers are 4 leaves. That's probably dogwoods. But I had a pink dogwood, so that'll work, right? I guess it's supposed to be dogwood. I do love dogwoods, and I had 2 in my yard, and they both have died. And my willow died. All my good trees have died. Except my magnolia. Lord, please spare me my magnolia. I love my magnolia. It's huge. But it took a hit one year. Took the top right out of it with a storm of pine tree pretty much. But a big old pine limb fell into it and took out the top. And it took out my pyracantha too. What was at it? So it was definitely on a roll that day. Nice little storm. Thank you. So back to that, yeah. So what happened? My favorite is her bookstore. Oh my gosh, all the books. I do need to watch. I have a lot of people to catch up on. So I was watching one girl. I was really impressed because she had the house that I have. She has the Allison Jr. and she made it a haunted house. Of course, I want to see this. So I was so excited. I left her some, comments, and then I looked and I was going to see what else she had done, and she hadn't posted anything in 5 months. So I don't know. I don't know what happened to that girl. But she had done a beautiful job. And she was getting the painted lady, which I have as well. That's what I'm doing into making the Christmas one. So she was buying that one to do. And then nothing, just quit posting. I was so sad because I really thought, oh my gosh, we have the same house. That's going to be so much fun to see somebody else doing it. But nope, I don't think I like that. I think I need that grass to come up on that part. Because that foot looks weird. It doesn't have anything that is a foot. I'm painting a fake foot on here. Well, that is one thing when you're painting on it, once you've done it, is that anytime you paint on these surfaces, you can create more details, kind of like I do with my dolls. I can paint a different detail, even though you think it can only look one way. I can make it look another. So, yeah, I don't know. Well, but that foot, it's going to look good with this little other stuff going on. What time is it? No, it's only 7:30. Wow, it's only 7:30. I can get a lot more done. I lose track of time so quickly. I should set an alarm. Probably need to do that real quick so I won't forget. 4. Oh my gosh. Clock. And just 7. Wait, yeah, that's it. I already have it set. I just have to turn it on. So I'm ready. Yes, I have one call. Is this still on here? Bobby's live every day. So Bobby, you're gonna have to start going live every day because I got an alarm set for you. That went off one time during one of my lives. Yeah, it did. I don't want to miss it. I can't help it sometimes, but if I can, I will try to get it. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to be putting in a lot more white on him because that keeps me, look, I'll white it in. Aw, got a visitor who is, oh, she's back. What happened? Hang on.
I had to go fill out some papers.
Oh, okay. I was worried about you.
Yeah, I said be right back. So.
Oh, okay. Well, we were all like, all right. And maybe when I was sitting here, I said, I need to go to every day now just for you. Thank you. We'll just do that. We'll just do that every day. I like that. All right. So my good color, I don't think I have it out. Let me see. How do I not have my color out? I want my, like 15 of them. I need to clean up. I hate it when it's a mess. Burnt sienna. I have burnt sienna right here. And I'm going to use my burnt sienna and my favorite thing, which is the floating medium. And that way I can get some nice shading effects at least on the feet. I would rather it be a little drier before I did this. But we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I've always used the burnt sienna on stuff. Just kind of, I guess because it's one of the colors we had to buy in college. It's kind of a red though. So let me see if it's not, it may not be darker. Oh, it's not. I think the chocolate is actually darker. So I'm going to have to find a darker color like umber, burnt umber. This is another go-to color. Burnt umber. Let's see if I can just grab it. What chances? Oh, grabbed it. See, Jerry, those are colors. That's pretty bad. I mean, you can, you know, I've got 100 colors back here. You know I do. Yes, the burnt umber is definitely going to be the one to go with on this because it is my nice dark. So, and we'll put a glob of it on my thing. I really like to use the liner brush for this part. Well, I'm on my details. I actually like using a liner brush. This one's kind of in between, so it'll be okay. Right? We'll see.
Oh, hi, Favi. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Poppy. Hi, Liz.
I think I've joined since you got off, and we've got like quite a conversation going on here. I have no idea what's going on though.
Y'all come in when I leave. I see.
So anyway, I prefer to use the liner brush because you can do a lot of really cool details with it, but you have to make sure it's thin enough. The paint's thin and moves nicely, or the liner will just not be good. It won't cooperate. So I can come back and kind of make my flower look cuter. Oh, yeah. I don't know how these people are doing all this with their, you know, where you can see, because obviously I can't put anything where y'all can see what I'm doing. But I'm gonna work. I can work on his feet now, so y'all can see. That would be a very good detail in like his legs. And then even if I dry brush, I can always fix it. All right, so this paint is older and it is thick. But what brand was it? What brand did I grab? Oh, Folk Art's thick anyway. Folk Art's just a heavier bodied paint than Apple Barrel. So
I love folk art.
I prefer it. Yeah, I do have a lot of it. Let's see. I can kind of get that off. Nope. All right, paint. I think I need the liner brush. This one's really thick. I don't like this thick brush. So my liner brush kind of got abused, and I don't think I'm ever going to bring that one back to life. I just ruined it. Look at that. I don't know if it was still fuzzy. It's bad. I'm going to see if I can get it to come back. So every time you're supposed to put some soap on there, you know, and then let it set up and hopefully get its memory back. What you're supposed to look like, not this hairy thing that you are. Is it going to help? Yeah, no, not really. I think it might be me. Could be me. Yep, might be me. Just me not being able to paint today. So there are those days. Yes, I took a lot of time of organizing stuff and yeah, and thinking I got a lot of stuff I need to sell on eBay. But I don't know who would.
I'm the exact same way when it comes to Etsy. I have things to list and I just don't do it.
I know. I don't know what's going on. And like I said, things really aren't selling great anyway. So that's kind of the killer too. You're just like, I want to spend all this time doing that and then nothing be selling. It's not fun. Actually, this is kind of a thing that's going to have to take both brushes because I need to do some shading and I need to do some lining at the same time.
You have to do marketing too, and nobody realizes how much work it goes into having a shop.
Yeah, yeah. So what do you do for your marketing? I mean, do you put
Instagram?
It like yeah, okay. Yeah.
And I do short videos. And Facebook. I join a lot of Facebook groups.
Yes, I've done that. But I'm on Facebook groups that do not let you post stuff for sale, but some do. I mean, you have to be on the website, but not
some do.
Post your stuff that's listed outside, like on, you know. I guess if you're selling on Facebook, they don't mind, but they for some reason they want you to like putting in links to another thing. Like, right. Does anybody else notice that? So, anybody else do Etsy in the chat? Let's can contribute to that story. But that is a thing that I know I had trouble with because of the dolls. When I was posting, I was on those doll groups. All right, so this is now I'm getting all these like tiny details. This stuff takes me forever because you know I obsess over every stroke. It's got to be the right stroke. Now you would not know to look at my stuff though. I don't even think that way. Getting a little bit of a blendy effect. I like it a lot. It looks so much better blendy than it does just straight, you know, just outlined. I do like my blendies. So anytime you rinse your liner brush in the very dirty water over here, always clean it off, reshape it, and set it aside somewhere safe where it doesn't get. We'd think something with only 5 hairs in it wouldn't cost so much. They're always a pain. They're such a pain. I know. But they're awesome to use, and that's why I want to take care of mine. I'm just trying to do some shading right now on this using the bigger brush, and then I can come back. Now that I know the liner is what I'm going to have to come back to in the end, I'm good with that. I could deal with it. I've accepted it. There's going to be a lot of going back and forth, though, getting the look I want. And that's why I don't paint for anybody else. I like just because I know what work I put into it. I don't think everybody puts this kind of work in their stuff. If it's for me, I'm like, I know what I want it to look like, though. I didn't want it perfect. All right. We're going to have to add a toe, buddy. You ain't got no toe there. Why don't you have a toe? What is going on with your feet? He's like missing a whole toe. He's got no toe in the middle. I'll have to draw it in. But that's the fun thing. You can draw your little toes in. But I can see why people would want to use oil, because you can get these wonderful shading effects and all. And you just, the only way you can really get that with the acrylics, and plus the acrylics dry, where you will always have that the oil handy to use. And I'm blending way too much stuff in here now.
Isn't the folk art enamel paint oil?
It's called acrylic. No, it's just acrylic. Yeah, it's just acrylics. Can you buy it that way? I don't know.
No, I'm asking, is Enamels Oil?
Oh no, you can get oil-based enamels though. There is such a thing. Most of them are, but they do call. I've seen acrylics. I mean, people calling acrylics enamel now, but I think they are. I think enamel's enamel. It's its own thing. It's actually its own paint. Actually, it's its own brand. But you will see. So no, I take that back. No, it's not an oil. But it is like an oil-based paint in the way you have to treat it and clean it, and it's messy, and all that stuff. So I'm just gonna, now that I've made that other weird toe on you, I don't understand these toes. I'm having to make feet on here because there's no feet. So we got Polly one. Oh, Jerry says, what everyday brush 1 cup here. Dark. Oh, you know what? Okay, so I don't even want to talk about that right now. I have so much stuff on my desk that I can't even work. But I like to have my light water and my dark water, cups, and then like water that you need for painting. Like when you need to add some water. Oh yeah, I like to have like several things out. But now I've got so much stuff that I'm like just sitting here all around me, because that's the little hoarder in me. Got too much stuff. Yeah, man, I need to clean up. Lot to do. What time is it? Hey, help me keep an eye. I did set an alarm, but I do need to keep an eye on the time, because I am, going to say goodbye at 8, so we can watch Annie.
Aww.
But yeah, so anyway, I got a message to call Annie, Annie Jones, and I have a friend named Annie that I taught with, and I called her mama, and I was telling her like, oh my gosh, that's I was looking for you. She's like, what are you talking about? I went, oh my God, the Southern accent kicked in. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I called you instead. I'm sorry. So anyway, that was fun though. I sure miss teaching out there. It's a good school. Good kids. All right, so my feet, I don't know. I'm trying to follow the line, but I don't think this is a toe, and I'm not sure what that is at all. So I'm going to fix that. That is that there's no directions. You're on your own. Yeah, that line. Wait, let me turn it a little bit more. So it's got these like things that on this side that I don't know what they are. They look like toes, but I think they're what, Easter eggs? Come on. What could this be? I'm gonna paint it green. We'll see. They look like, I don't know. I don't know what they're supposed to be. I may have to go look up an old painting of this. I think I'm gonna paint them green and just deal with it from there. Right? Like a plan? See what happens.
You can do it.
Oh my goodness. That is not helping at all. You're still very weird. You're a weird little bird. I don't know what is happening with your feet. And the green. And that does not look like a rabbit foot. Okay. It's not my fault. It's the mold. Oh, I never painted this sucker. It's aggravating me. But yeah, that's like a... Oh, it's just claws. Maybe he has big old claws on his toes. You know how they do. You know, rabbits, oh my gosh, they will tear you up. So my favorite rabbit story, other than all of my rabbits, are my is my friend that had two Labrador retrievers, and one of those, oh my gosh, I can't think what they're called, but the big brown ones, the giant rabbits.
A jackrabbit?
No, it's a domestic rabbit, and these things are huge. Its body was the size of the labs. Of course, you know, it's got different legs and sits differently, but it's when it was like stretched out, it's as big as a lab. And the labs pretty much let him have the yard. They were scared of him, and he was mean. I mean, but he was mean to the dogs. You know, it was the boss. He's huge, his head and everything. So you need to look them up. These giant brown rabbits.
I cook them.
Do what?
I would cook them.
Oh yeah, it'd be good eating. That'll eat. You can go for a long time.
I wouldn't eat it, but I would still cook them.
Yeah, I don't know. Have I had rabbit? I don't think I've had a lapin, whatever it's called. Wait, what is rabbit called? Is it lapin?
I have no idea.
I don't know about these toes. They're making me.
I'm taking it one meat at a time. I recently started eating beef.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking it one meat at a time.
Okay.
It's gonna take me 10 years to get to pork.
Yeah, I don't do pork anymore. I tried pork. I would eat like the pork chops and things like that, but I don't do them anymore. I just kind of bacon, and we'll eat like ham that might be in a sandwich. Yeah, I like ham like with eggs and stuff, but I don't like ham. I don't like to just eat ham.
No, Favi, I could feed them to the dogs.
The rabbit, okay. Hey, did anybody put what that was in there? What is French for rabbit? I think it's Lapin. Lapin. Does that sounds familiar? Let me know. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. What can I say? And rabbits have like these really pointy. What can I do to make your toes look good? They look weird, buddy. You got weird toes. I can't fix them. And that's like prominent. They're huge. Unless, hey, wait a second. You know what? No, I'm not going to do that. I was going to have him like so in the grass you can't see his feet, but that would look tacky. I'm pretty
According to Google Translator, it's called lapin.
A pin sound? Okay. Yes, anybody ever see the movie Night of the Lepus? Any of you old people like me? No. I actually saw it in the theaters. Yeah, I'm going to see Night of the Lepus, and it's Lepus is Latin though for rabbit, I think. And so anyway, it's so bad. It's so bad that you can kind of watch some of it on. I think we may watch the whole movie. I don't think I can sit through the whole movie. It's so bad. But oh my gosh, we were kids. We were like so scared of them rabbits. Talk about them rabbits. Everybody knows what that's from. What movie that's from. Let me know in the comments. I mean, in the chat. Talk about them rabbits. And that's like one of our things we say. You'll pick up something and you'll say the family will constantly say some quote or whatever. Talk about them rabbits is basically when you're just going on about the same thing over and over. No, it sounds like me any day. But you're like, talk about them rabbits. Yeah, you talk about them rabbits. They've heard this story before, Okay, seriously, Bunny, I don't know about your feet. I tried, but they're the creepiest feet I've ever seen on any animal. I don't know what you want. I'm going to have to go look at a rabbit. I'm just not going to be happy until these feet are right. And this is why Jerry takes forever to paint anything. I like things to look good. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see my 1 foot in this image. Just like closer. Yeah, I'm trying to get this foot to look like a foot versus that one that doesn't look like a foot. I don't know. Y'all can't see. Is it blurry? Can y'all see? I can't pick him up. He's sticky. He's tacky.
I see it.
Yeah. It's not making a whole lot of sense, but right now it's awful.
I don't know. He looks good to me. I like his fur.
Yeah, and then once I come back in and like start putting in these shading and all that kind of detail, it's gonna be cute. It's gonna be cool looking. It's just not gonna be a just boring rabbit. Taking my time. Obviously, Jerry can't craft in an hour, or 4 or 5 or whatever I've spent. So like on my dolls, like I spent all that time because I just know what I want it to look like. And if it's not looking right, and my woodworking friends know what I'm talking about. Because when their stuff doesn't look right either, they will keep working on it.
Is his basket open?
No, I mean, this one, now, if you want to sit and carve it out, that's a thing you can actually do, because it's not that hard to carve into plaster, and you can cut it out, but it's a thing. I mean, it's not going to be quick and easy.
You know, if you would give him some red eyes, and if you would have made him white, you could have added some keratin in the back of the basket to look like bows.
That's what I was going to put. That's what I said. You can glue like little flowers and stuff, or eggs or whatever on top of this, or you can actually carve it out so that you can go inside it and, have stuff in it. And he's going to have pink eyes. He's kind of creepy looking right now anyway. I'm like, dude, you have a Venus look on your face. What is up with that? But if I can't get his toes right, what am I going to do?
Polly wants to know, is it a solid cast or a shell cast?
This is solid plaster.
That is a hefty rabbit.
He's pretty hefty, yeah. And so that is, and I said, I'm not really loving, the reason he sat around not getting painted for all these years, because I cast him like back in the 90s, is that he had, he's kind of top heavy. And it does worry me that after all this, he's going to get knocked over easily and break. Because I did use regular plaster of Paris, but you can buy a product. I just don't know its name. I don't even know how to look for it. I don't even know what to call it. To like look for it, you know what I mean? Look it up. But it's one that does not chip. So if y'all know or read anything about it, let me think what it's called. They want to get some more. I don't know. Because I'm kind of like feeling like this is something I'm phasing out of my life. I've got so many other projects, and maybe it's time for somebody else to enjoy doing chalkware. It's not bad.
According to Google, it's Sightworks plaster and render fibers.
I have not heard that. That does not sound familiar at all.
That's what it says.
And is it a powder like you mix it with water?
I don't know. I just typed in plaster that doesn't crack, and that's what came up.
Okay, now that's the other thing. You have plaster for plaster Paris that you use for crafts, and then you have the stuff that you actually do walls, like you're doing the plaster walls. You know what I mean? So that was the other thing. It's hard. I really feel like I had to go buy that at a builder's kind of place, builder supply, because this other product, because it does not chip up. Okay, that's just gonna be a little fat belly. That's what it is. I don't know. I don't know about these toes. But I mean, I know when it's painted, you're never gonna think twice about these toes. But this is the first thing I started working on. I'm obsessing over the toes. But this will be in my video for plaid, and that's why I was kind of late on getting that. I did edit the other part of it. I just didn't have this yet. I'm trying to catch up.
Poppy has a great idea. She said, or he said, I don't know which one it is. Can you put a larger base on it?
I talked about, because I cast it already, but if I had known it was going to be such a problem, I would have cast it. I can't talk tonight. I would have cast it with like a dowel in it, so that I could stick that dowel in. But you don't want to just glue it on a thing, because it won't stick. It will not stay stuck on there at all, and it's just going to be a problem. It's going to constantly be the glue. You can't glue plaster. I haven't had glue in it. I can't imagine, because all you're going to do is really glue the paint layer, and then that's going to peel off.
Well, couldn't you sand down the paint layer and use like a UV resin or something?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to get. He'll be okay if I put him somewhere where he's not going to get knocked, like in a cabinet or something, so I don't have to worry about somebody, or he could fall over in a cabinet. But I have Siennas that are so top, they're made the same way, because they weren't meant to, they weren't designed to be made out of plaster. That was just some secondary thing people started doing and liked it, so. Yep. But they weren't designed for it. And so they are very top heavy.
Poppy says, or put him on a wood base and name him.
Yeah, so that's what I talked about that a little bit earlier, where I said what if I would, and I'm not going to cast him again, because I'm pretty much sure I'm not going to do this again. He was not one of my favorite molds, because he was so big. But he had that was exactly what I would do. Now, he's not painted on the bottom. I'm not painting at the bottom, but even glue would would just peel right off that plaster.
I'm curious. Okay, What kind of mold did you use for him? Because I think I was gone during that time. Were you using those candy molds?
Yeah, the chocolate candy mold. Yeah.
Okay. So could you like squeeze, I don't know, caulking or something in it?
Open. I could have put a dowel in him if I had known. But now, do I want to go back and try to drill a hole in him now? No, I don't. I really don't. I don't think that's the best solution. Is putting a hole in him now and putting a dowel in there now, because I think he would. I don't know. You know, these are old, and they could. I don't know what happens to plaster when it gets older, but it may get chalkier or whatever. I haven't really noticed that on this plaster stuff, but I hadn't worked. I mean, because I worked on some that were old. They were like 10 years old, but this one's going. You know, this one's well like 20 years old. So I don't know about that. I'm giving him his pink eyes just because we got to get the pink eyes painted, don't we? Oh, and there's my alarm. Okay, so anyway, that's my 5-minute warning about wrapping it up. So yeah, there's a pink eye. Can you see his pink eye? Is that creepy or what? He'll have a lot.
It looks good.
He'll be a lot wider when I get through with him. It takes a few coats to get it, and then some touching up where I got all in the brown business. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna just chill out here and do this all night. Looks like. And
Deborah says, I have a vintage version of the bunny you're painting. I went to look at him as a reference. He has big chunky toes.
Big chunky toes. Okay. Mm-hmm. Go find it.
And Polly wants a crafter, Jerry Brown. I was theorizing about making 3D printed positives and casting them in silicone to make a mold and casting them. That sounds great.
Yeah, now the silicone molds are so much easier to work with. I would say this brand, they did make a really good quality, but like the little cheesy one that came, this one, that's not going to last. It's going to crack. But I have a really good silicone mold of like a Sienna, and it just, I didn't take good care of it. And boy, it's nasty now. It is really nasty. It did the right. No, it's not. Let me rephrase that. It's not silicone. It is rubber. It's like rubber. Yeah. So I had 2 rubber molds, and they were not. I didn't take good care of them, and they dried up, and they're really creepy.
Good night, Deborah. And the thing about silicone molds is they get dusty really quickly, so easily.
Oh yeah, they break down. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm painting like all these hairs on his foot because I don't know why. I don't know what. This seems like a thing to do because it's fun. Yeah, I mean, I could spend forever on this, but I can't do it because I need to video it and go edit and watch another video. So anyway, I want to thank y'all. Sorry I didn't get him quite finished. It's mostly like detail work, but you can basically get an idea of what it's like to do chalkware. And it's cold and wet. He has to cure for a long time. That was the other thing. It could take a very long time for all this to cure. But I'm going to mention more about that in a video that I'm going to make on it. So y'all be sure to watch for that. And I love you, this bunny, so much. Did you hear y'all?
Oh, Lou, you're just missing us. We're about to leave. Yeah. Thank you for stopping in.
Absolutely. Oh, anyway, so please, don't forget, go jump over to Connie's channel, unless you've already opened another window and you're already on there. But watch Andy Jones is going to be on there, and I guess they're going to do something kind of fun tonight. And so that's all that good stuff. And I'm sure glad y'all came. I'm going to be on there. But I mean, I'm going to be, watching along with y'all, but painting. So if I don't comment, it's because painting that, and I don't want to reach over. I'm scared I'll bump my rabbit and knock him over. So anyway, I'll lift this up. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and hey, hit that like button. Don't forget, and subscribe if you haven't, which I think everybody here is subscribing. If you're watching the replay, hey, subscribe to my channel. I do all sorts of weird stuff. You never know. And also, I go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays, Tuesdays at 2, Thursdays 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm always loving to have guests. I didn't have a guest tonight because I felt like it was going to be kind of complicated with this monster. So anyway, a lot to talk about. Anyway, bye.
Bye, everyone.
And thanks again, Erica. You're awesome.
You're welcome.